We know contour lines run along the edges and forms of a subject. So what do we call lines that run across those forms? Cross-contour lines. These are lines that flow over the bumps, ridges, corners, and other shapes of our subject. When we see these cross-contour lines, we gain a much better understanding of the subject's volume and its surface. Oftentimes, we can find cross-contour lines already there. Perhaps we might exaggerate them a little. You might use the stripes of an animal, the rows of bricks on a building, the bark of a tree, or the grooves of a tire. A fence running across a snowy field describes the curves of the hill. A shadow cast on the snow shows where old footprints were covered up. A trail of new footprints betrays even more bumps in the snow. Cross-contour lines help us to do something called foreshortening. When something is pointing into the visual plane or outwards towards the viewer, we need to foreshorten it. It is shorter in that it takes up less space, but the same number of cross-contour lines are still there. They are simply closer together. Look at this painting. It's called Supper at Emmaus by the Baroque master Caravaggio. Several of the men pictured are extending their arms toward the viewer. Cross-contour lines can be found in the folds of their sleeves, bunched together to show this foreshortening effect. Something else cross-contour lines can do is show shadows on line art. When drawing with ink, there is only black on white. There is no gray. But artists can group cross-contour lines together to make an area darker, so it feels like a shadow. We find this technique in the earliest form of printing called woodblock printing. Wood is carved away, leaving raised areas. Then ink is rolled over the raised lines and pressed or stamped onto paper. 400 years ago, a famous artist named Albrecht Durer carved very detailed works of art and was able to make hundreds of copies. He used cross-contour lines to give his subjects both form and shading. But it isn't just line art where cross-contour lines are important. Painters follow the form of their subject with their brushstrokes, because these lines that wrap around the form help our minds to wrap around them too.